this is Lori from Cruising for Treasure, and today I'm bringing you a What Sold show. So I sell online. I sell on eBay, Mercari, Poshmark, and Facebook. And I basically find things for as cheap as possible and sell them for as much as possible, and with varying results. I'm a stay-at-home mom to 4 children, and it is summertime, which in our house, that means I have 2 children who are graduated from high school and working. And so I am their chauffeur to their jobs, yay me. And then a daughter in high school and a daughter in elementary school. Well, they're out for the summer, obviously. But anyway, so summertime gets a little bit hectic around here. So yeah, but we're just plugging ahead, trying to get done what we can get done. And this weekend was actually pretty great for sales, so I'm pleased as punch about that. I did have a sale on all 4 platforms, so that so rarely happens for me, just because Mercari and Facebook are just so hit and miss. Probably a better businesswoman would have already X'd out those platforms, but hope springs eternal, I suppose. Okay, so but I wanted to let you have a little update on my business at the moment, which if you've watched me for a while, you know, I'm constantly trying to tweak things and do the best I can. And so what we're working on right now is getting all of my vintage postcards out of my main store and into another store. So I have opened up another store, and it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And now what I'm focusing on is whenever I list new vintage postcards, they go in that store automatically. And what I'm working on is figuring out the easiest and quickest way to transfer the listings from my original store to my postcard store. If you're interested in checking out my new postcard store, it's Cruising for Postcards. Just thought I would keep it easy, simple. Cruising for Treasure is my main store, and then Cruising for Postcards, the number 4 in there. So Cruising for Postcards is the postcards one. So glory be, I had 2 postcards that sold on that new one, and then I had multiple that sold on the other one. So anyway, without further ado and no more chit chat, let's get started. Okay, so the first one, my Mercari sale, is this, sorry, it's right here. This is Christopher Radko Godiva ornament. It's a Santa Claus, and that sold for $30. Now, on Mercari, I do pay shipping. So, depending on where this person lives, let's see where they live, because it inevitably ends up that they live in California. So, Nevada, close enough. So it's probably going to cost, I don't know, $6 or $7 to ship that there. Not a big deal. I believe I paid $4 for it at Goodwill. So, okay, next, let's see, here it is, all the way at the bottom. Next, my Facebook sale is this vintage stocking, needlepoint stocking. It actually has 3 Santa Clauses on it, which was kind of interesting, as well as an accordion. There, the guy at the top is playing an accordion. That sold for $20 on Facebook Marketplace. So, and that will ship through there. And with that one, that was listed before they switched over. I don't know if you know, on Facebook Marketplace, they no longer facilitate the shipping labels. And so before, they would just charge the buyer the estimated cost you put in, and then they would generate the label. Now you generate the label. So, you know, it's a little bit more, I don't know, complicated, but whatever. Okay, so now moving on to Poshmark sales. And Poshmark it's doing okay for me. Poshmark has never been my main platform ever. So, but thankfully we're doing okay right now for sales. We're doing okay. All right, let's see. The first item I'm going to show you from there is this brand of shoe. The brand is Pedro Garcia. So I had never heard of it until, it's kind of hard to see the label. Well, we'll just do that. Pedro Garcia. This pair of satin heels, they got a little dusty down in my room. You know, with the platform, the chunky heel, sandals, and then the straps, whatever. They look incredibly uncomfortable, but I'm sure somebody's gonna look super great at the party or a wedding or something with these. These sold for $33, and this is the second pair I have sold in the last couple months. The other pair also sold fairly quickly, so that's kind of cool. Okay, oops, I forgot to grab this. I found a pair of Levi's women's short-alls. They're overalls, but they're shorts, and they were size extra large. They were new, but they were like the Levi's that sells at Kohl's or something. They weren't super expensive, but they did sell for $33, and they sold fairly quickly on Poshmark, so we love that. Next is on Poshmark is this pair of Free People shorts. These are new at tag, size 14, and they sold for $34. So I don't actually remember where I picked those up. So let me look that up in my spreadsheet real quick. They've only been listed since February, so that's pretty good. I paid $5 and they sold for $34, so that's pretty good. Oh, I got them at Sierra. So if you don't know, Sierra is basically like the TJ Maxx, Marshalls, Ross family, and it's for activewear brands, outdoor gear, that sort of thing. So I love going in there, and it's never, our Sierra is actually very nice. It's never crazy like TJ Maxx and like racks all destroyed. It's a very nice shopping experience, and they have great clearance. So I'll go in there a couple times a month and source for my online reselling business. So $5 from Sierra for those Free People shorts that sold for $34 on Poshmark. And then let's see, next I have some flatware, and a lot of these pieces were brand new, and this is Oxford Hall Gold Jade Bamboo. So these are electroplated stainless. I'm not 100% sure what that means. They're gold, but stainless. I don't know. $75 for 25 pieces. And let me look up where I got that from, because I believe I got it from an auction. But I don't, okay, so I paid $10, and they have been listed since April 21st. So that is pretty great. Let's see, I got them from an auction. So $10 into $75 on Poshmark. We love it. I mean, that's a great return on my investment. Let's see, next is, let's see, this Martha Stewart cocktail shaker that sold for $20. So that's going out the door. I've had that one for forever. Okay, so that's all that I had on Poshmark. I've had another sale today, but that will go out tomorrow, so you'll see that later. So a pretty good weekend on sales, all told, from Poshmark. Now moving on to eBay. Let's see what we had sell on eBay. Actually, we had pretty great sales on eBay. So we're gonna start with this pair of Alice and Olivia super glittery sneakers. I mean, that glitter is just heavy duty. Those sold for $60, which is just incredible. And you can see the iconic logo there on the back of the shoe. Pretty great. And these were size 6. So a pretty small shoe size, but I mean, you know, they sold. So let's see. And I paid $5 for those. They've been listed since May 1st. So that's actually not a bad flip. Now this next one, this is not a good flip. I mean, it's okay. I made money, so, but it took 3 years. This is Victoria and Albert stationery. It's 8 note cards, 2 designs with envelopes. That sold for $19.99. And again, like I said, I've had it for 3 years. So Yeah, not great. Long tail sale for sure. This is another one that I've had for quite a while, and this is a Nolan Miller necklace, and I don't know, you can see it's got beads on it. That sold for $20, and I have had, wow, the tag on it says $77. That is crazy. Let me just see how long I've had this, because it's been a long time. Let's see, Nolan Miller, yep, 2022. So 2 items so far that we have sold today, we have had for a very long time. So it's good to see them get out the door. Okay, so these are my postcards, but first let me show you, I had, this was a very quick sale. It's Harry Potter, the complete series, all 7 books, hardbound with the dust jackets. That sold for $59.99. I tend to pick these up anytime I'm at Goodwill and I see them and they're in good condition. It can be difficult, especially the bigger the books later in the series, because they're bigger, and I think they just got thrown around a whole lot more. It was harder to keep them nice because they were so big. So it can be difficult to find all 7 books in good condition. But I did, $59.99, not too bad. And again, it was a very quick flip, so that was awesome. Okay, this is, I think I got this at Savers for like $12 or $13. This is Free People CP Shades collaboration, and that's the label right there. This sold for $99, and it is new with tags. It's just like a beachy tunic, linen, really nice. It's a size small, but obviously it's quite roomy. And anyway, that sold for $99, which is incredible. And it was a fairly quick flip. I think it was listed less than a week. So we love when that happens. Okay, next, let me show you the postcards that I sold. Let's see, where did that... Oh, here it is. Okay, this is a Christmas postcard. So I sold a Christmas stocking on Facebook, and then a Christmas postcard on eBay, and this sold for $2.99. So plus shipping. And then we had this one, and this sold for $6. This is an airplane landing in Kai Tak Olympic Park in Hong Kong. And that, like I said, that sold for $6. Let's see. Then we had this peacock Tiffany window. This sold for $4.75. That's actually the second time I have sold that particular postcard. And then, well, I had multiples of it. That's what I mean. Then this one sold $3.50. This is for a snapping turtle in a nature conserve nature. That's what it says on the back, like a slogan or whatever. And then, okay, since I have the other 2 postcards here, I'm going to show those to you. These are ones that sold from my new store. The first one is Illinois State University aerial view. This sold for $3 plus shipping, and that one is posted. And then we have this postcard, North Anna Power Station. It's a nuclear plant that I believe was taken offline, and this what is in Virginia, and it sold for $8.99. What's interesting is we had just gone to Lake Anna a couple weeks ago for a Sunday school picnic, and then I see this, and we had learned the history of the lake there. It was created so that they could build this nuclear plant there. And I had no idea of the history of that. And then like a couple days later, I was listing a postcard that was based on that. It's funny how life works sometimes. Okay, moving on back to my original store. So a lot of people, they put out these videos of, 10 brands I'm not picking up anymore or whatever. And one of them is usually Dansko. Okay, so I am very selective with Dansko. It has to be in impeccable condition, and it has to be a desirable style. And so this fit all of those, and this sold for $26. It's a wedge sandal slip-on shoe with the leather and the buckles, really cute. Size 39, so it's a great size. Yeah, so that sold for $26 on eBay. Now I have a pair of suspenders. Y'all know me and my suspenders. I love selling clothing, shoes, and accessories. That's my wheelhouse. Anything beyond that is stuff I have to teach myself. But clothing, shoes, and accessories, that's where I love to thrive, in that space. So these are Cole Haan suspenders, and these sold for $17. And I've had them for a little while, actually. So I was going hot and heavy on the suspenders for a while, and then they just really slowed down. So I was happy to get that sold and out the door. Okay, this is definitely a brand. Current me would not pick this item up, but I did pick it up a couple years ago, and this is Soft Surroundings. It's just not a great style, and this brand is just not doing well right now for me, but I'm sure this is gonna be super comfy and cozy to wear. However, it's just, you know, it's like a really plush funnel neck pullover sweatshirt, and size large. It's kind of cute, but anyway, I ended up accepting an offer of $10 because I need it gone. And let's see, another accessory, here we go. The brand is Trafalgar, and this is, it says it's an Italian weave, Townsend weave. I'm trying to read upside down here. In Italy. It's some type of animal that is there. I don't know. Anyway, this sold for $25, so I really don't care what it is. I put those words in the title, Bos Taratanus Charolai. No idea what that means. Somebody did, and they paid $25 for the belt. Okay, so that's what I have going out the door today. I have had a couple sales today, so hopefully we get some more to beef up our sales. Sales are doing okay. They're not terrible. And so we're just gonna hopefully try to keep building on that momentum. And as always, I have a lot of really fun things to list, so hopefully we'll get them listed, they'll get sold. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We'll see you next time. Bye.